I'm sorry, guys. I'm late. I'm always late. The consummate unprofessional. I get consistently unprofessional. More unprofessional the longer I do this. If I put it on the Discord, I'd be late. About 30 minutes before I was supposed to. Awful. Just awful. Anyway. Time for everybody's favorite Final Fantasy. Actually, probably not many people's favorite Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 2.
Hello there.
Sourdough, what's up? Sorry I'm late. Work sucks. I know. Carry me home. I don't know what the hell we were doing last time. These old games don't have a previously on. You gotta just fucking fix. I may glance at a guide to try to remember where the hell we were. I think we had just liberated Finn Castle. And we should probably talk to Hilda to figure out where the hell to go. How are you? How's your Wednesday treating you? Is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday. That means I don't have to go to work super early tomorrow. I get to be a little late. What's up? How's the Odyssey that is your job? I'm playing through right now and I kind of missed 2 actually. I have to clock in like half an hour. I'm sorry. I've been thinking about making my streams a bit earlier and ending a bit earlier. Like making my streams at like 5 and ending at 8. Because I have that flexibility to go later if I want. And also a lot of people are like not on the West Coast and a lot of people it's just awkward times for them. And yeah, but the thing is like I that would be even worse. So there's like sometimes I can't make it at 7 o'clock, and I probably definitely couldn't always make it at 5 o'clock. Got a Vietnamese sandwich to go, so tasty. A Vietnamese sandwich, what is that? I've had it. Like I've eaten at Vietnamese restaurants before. Don't ask me to tell you what I ate, but I've eaten at Vietnamese restaurants, and I could not tell you what's on a Vietnamese sandwich. What is a Vietnamese sandwich? Playing through now, kind of missed 2 actually. Why you say that? Why you say that, Gamma? I have never played like original 2. Original 3, not original. I've never played original 3. I hear that the pixel remaster is different from the original because before you had to have like job points to change your job. Like you couldn't just change your job all the time, anytime, for like every other fight. You can only do it if you accumulated enough job points. Really shitty signal here, so apologize if I can't hear or respond. Oh, I'm sorry, Sourdough. Yeah, Twitch does that. It's good, so good to finally be back. This never would have been possible had we not worked together. But one thing still troubles me. One thing. That's a massive chair. Maybe we left from Acidia, but we've not heard from Sim. Mericidia, you say? It's okay, we'll probably see him in 7.0. Pains me to ask this of you so soon after winning back on Castle. Go to Acidia? Yeah, sure. Oh, we've already learned Acidia. I think we already had this conversation, but the game doesn't tell you that. What do you miss about 2, Gamma? What do you miss about 2? What's like the biggest thing you miss about 2? 2 and 3 are very different games. Okay, where the hell is Mericidia? I guess we're gonna go find it. Wait, what's our... Okay. What our items look like? We should buy some more ethers. Hey, thank you for looking, Sourdough. Sourdough, I need you to go get me a drink of water. What do you... I'm trying to think what I would need Sourdough for. Sourdough, give me some of your Vietnamese sandwich. It sounds amazing. I don't know what it is, but it sounds amazing. It costs 0 gil? Amazing. Save for a platinum pool or to ban auto battling? Oh, you son of a bitch. If you ban auto battling, Especially in Final Fantasy 2, where it seems like damn near mandatory. I don't even know. Okay, we need to buy some ethers and some cottages. That's what we need. We have a ton of gil, so we could probably afford to buy a lot of them. Hopefully that's enough to get us through the game, but let's get some more, just in case. Okay, maybe like 50. 50, that's gonna be more than enough. A bunch of ethers. Nah, I won't do that, that's just mean. If you're gonna save for a you can save for a platinum pool game, what would it be? The thing, so the thing about that gamma is like, I didn't have much to spend channel points on, you know. Like the best I had was like ban in-game actions and make me stop saying stuff, and you know, like the standard stuff that all the streamers have, and a bikini stream. And I was like, you know what? Like I don't have anything good to spend points on, and I'm like, maybe I can make this more interactive, you know. Because there was a lot of people that were like, hey, you know, why won't you play this game? Why don't you play this game? And I'm like, I don't have it, or you know, that game is like kind of not my taste or whatever. And I was like, you know what? I have so many games I haven't played, and I don't know how I'm gonna ever get to them in time. Let's have the audience decide. You know? Hollow Knight, bro. You want me to play like a hard game? Okay, where the hell is Maricidia? Have we been to Maricidia? No, it's Mysidia. Maricidia is Final Fantasy. Maricidia is Final Fantasy 14. Hollow Knight. I hear Hollow Knight is quite challenging, but like, think about Hollow Knight. I've heard like only parts of it are really difficult. Like the whole game isn't just really difficult, but only parts of it. I don't know much about it. I know it's kind of like a Metroidvania. Oh, I didn't turn encounters off? Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that. Peninsula Power. Have we encountered this guy before? I don't think we have. What am I going to do? Blink. Flare. And attack. Jesus Christ, we were doing almost 1,000 damage with Guy? God damn, dude. Hollow Knight's a long platinum too, isn't it? I don't remember. I don't remember off the top of my head what the estimated time for platinum is for Hollow Knight. Isn't it pretty long? Hang on a second, I'm gonna look it up real quick. Hollow Knight. Nine out of 10. Yo, 9 out of 10, 50 plus hours. The actual path is 12 hours long, but that would be near impossible for a newcomer. As legit, you will die a lot along the way. Make mistakes. 80 to 120 hours? Oh, Christ. Yeah, we're playing Persona 5. Persona 5's not a difficult one, but there's a lot of missable. I'm basically gonna have to play Persona 5 with a guide the entire time. Yeah, so like the way the platinum pop works, I think it's in the Google Doc. So like, because there's some people that are sitting on like tens of thousands of channel points, and it's like you can't just ask for the same game like 9 times, you know, can't do that because people see that and they're like, well, there's no point, you know, I only have 2,500 channel points, I'm not gonna spend it when there's like 9 requests for Persona 5 or whatever. And I'm like, you can only pick a game one time. But if other people want to pick that same game, that's okay. And that's basically what Rin did. Rin got like 4 or 5 people to pick Persona 5, and he convinced them to do it, and they all had channel points. So I'm like, that's fine. There's nothing against that, you know? He was like, I want to see you play Persona 5, motherfucker. I want it. And so he got it. There was like 19 or 20 games. Oh, Oh, Land Raid. The thing that took forever for us to find last time. There was like 19 or 20 games, and I was like, Persona 5 had like 4 entries, but there was like, there's like a bunch of other games. There's so many entries. I'm like, the game with the best chance is Persona 5, but it's also pretty likely it won't be Persona 5, And I spun, and it was Persona 5. Like, oh, damn. It's a estimated 140 hour platinum trophy, but for me anyway, when platinums are kind of longer, they can kind of be like any way, like they could go left or right. It's usually when a game is shorter that I take longer, because because a lot of trophy guides that are written, it assumes people are just blasting through the game, just like rushing through it. And for a lot of games, I like to kind of stop and look at the scenery, look at the assets. I kind of like to, look at what they put in the game. So like, yeah, I could just run through a room, or I could like take my time and look at it, and kind of experience it. So, in general, if an estimated trophy time is shorter than, let's say, 30 hours, it'll usually be longer than that for me. But if a trophy time is like 100 hours, it might be a bit shorter. I don't know why it is. Like, I don't know why I don't know why my time is like that, but it just... How the fuck do we get there? Parasidia. Oh, my favorite. Antlands. Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. We were using teleport magic. Let's do Scourge. Oh, wait. No, Toad. Gotta level up Toad. I love how status effects work in this game, where basically no enemy is just immune to shit. Most of Hollow Knight is the time it takes to get good. It also depends on how long you take to get adjusted to each boss and how well you retain that. There's a boss rush is fire for the pack. Yeah, it was who the fuck was it? Oh god, what's her name? Tidal Wave Art? I think that was her name. Yeah, she was working on that boss rush. And it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. But she was also kind of like being hard on herself. She was like, "Oh, I can't believe I messed up." And it's like, honey, whatever, pick yourself up and try again. Dust yourself off, God damn, does this teleport have to be max level for it to always work? Like, shit. What's Rin's? Oh yeah, Spirit. Okay, it's Spirit. Spirit is almost nothing for Sourdough. Spirit is everything. So we got White Mage. We basically got Paladin, Black Mage, and Debuffer, and just sole physical attacker. Do you have the platinum for Hollow Knight, Gamma? Oh, it's gonna be a long fight. Oh, if the magic interference is too high, might be the reason why. Oh. Oh, that's right. Magic interference would affect the success rate. Yeah, I have kind of heavy armor on him. I kind of have heavy armor. You know what? Let's try this. Yeah, his magic interference is probably pretty high. It's 169. It's higher. It's higher than Chalker's. Let's I mean, magic interference wasn't a thing on the Game Boy. Was magic interference a thing in the original release? Fuck it. We're just gonna attack with a sword. Is buff potency affected by magic interference? I guess it is, but it doesn't really see. the hell do I want to go? Do effect, haste, and attack. It's not so much I'm trying to figure out what spells are going to help me get through this fight. It's like, what spells do I want later on when I'm facing really, really tough bosses? I remember, but when I had to play through the second time, I just never changed gear until I have super low interference gear and everything. Oh. Like... I guess magic eventually... Well, it's buffs, I guess. It's just like Final Fantasy 1. Like buffs. The buff spells are so powerful, and you can stack them. Maybe that's why in like later Final Fantasies you couldn't really stack buffs. I mean, you could in some games. Like, I remember you could stack cheer in Final Fantasy X. Double shield on everybody. Yeah, I hear people use double shield to level up evasion, which helps them like run away from battles. I hear like the world record for Final Fantasy 2, they do that. They play a lot of they grind for a little while to level up evasion so they can run away easier. I only have run away once. Fuck you, stunning motherfuckers. I'm just gonna sit here casting haste forever. Until Chalkers has enough of it and just attacks this motherfucker. It's probably gonna do about 3,000 damage to him. $13.34, so close to $13.37. So what you're saying is, if I take all this armor off Rin and put on like caster gear, his magic is gonna like go through the roof. Magic interference gear just like isn't a thing. That's not a thing I've seen in like any other game or any other Final Fantasy. It makes sense though. It makes sense. Like, you don't. It's too easy to just throw a bunch of really good armor on someone and then have them cast a spell a bunch of times, and all of a sudden you have a spellcaster that's basically, you know, invincible. I swear you could do that on the Game Boy version. Like, as long as you're willing to level up the spell, you could do it. Gold hairpin? I mean, I have to be on the lookout for that. I'm not sure what that did, but... Yeah, I don't even care too much if someone gets poisoned, because it's like, whatever. By the end of the fight, they're probably gonna level up. Haste and Protect leveled up. Rin's HP went up. Sourdo's HP went up. Chalker's HP went up. And Leela is still dead. How unfortunate. Alright, give him the Esuna. I don't even know where the fuck I'm going. I'm guessing it's this. Oh, what is this? Have I been here? Oh, we found Mysidia! What can I do for you? Barrier? Wall? Okay, elemental attacks and status ailments. Wall... Wait. What's the difference between wall and shell? Ooh, holy. Let's do wall. They all sell different things. They all sell different things, okay. I guess it makes sense. Mirror City would have almost everything. Warp. Don't I have warp? I guess I don't have warp. Oh, the previous floor. Okay, that's the difference. I'm like, don't I already have something that does that? Anyway, teach holy. How hard do you think Final Fantasy 2 is? What's been the? This is like a 2 out of 10 on estimated platinum difficulty. It probably increases my magic interference. Lowers magic interference. Same as the golden shield. Same thing. Wait, it increases magic interference? Oh, the mithril gloves don't increase magic interference by that much. Diamond Cuirass is... I'm actually doing pretty well. Let's get rid of the Giant's Helm. Increases strength by so much. I'm just going to keep it like it is. So you want to break the seal on the tower? Yes, I agree this is the time. We will do nothing to stop you. You must first collect the 2 masks, then travel to a certain cave somewhere on this continent. Within, you should find a crystal rod, an artifact you'll need if you are to enter the tower. I love how just this random guy I talked to told me everything I needed to know. A very small island lies in the middle of the sea. There you'll find the black mask, the white mask counterparts. Okay, so we gotta go to the small island to get the black mask. Where's the white mask, though? Is anyone in here? Hello? Gamma, I don't remember. Did you say you had played all the Final Fantasies before, or is this like the first time you were playing them? Some time ago, a wizard named Minwu passed through town on his way to the tower. You best hurry after him. Statue of a goddess in a shrine beneath the city. She watches over the crystal rods. Oh. 3 artifacts protect the seal on the tower. 3 artifacts protect the seal on the tower. Can I look at the weapons? I haven't looked at the weapons yet. Power staff. It's all ogre now. Bro, with 7, it's my first time playing 1 through 6. When you say started with 7, like 7 was your first one and you've played others, or like 7 is the only one you played? Was it 7 or 7 Remake? We might have had this conversation, but I have an absolutely abysmal memory. So where's the white mask? We know where the black mask is. Where's the white one? Can I talk to you? That she beams with a beatific smile. Ask. Mask. About Mysidia. Dragoons. How to spell. Sunfire. Mithril. I guess we have to use the masks in front of her, and she gives us the crystal rod. Oh, so you played like all of them. Never mind. I was having a conversation with my FC the other day, and like a lot of them had like not played any other Final Fantasy, and they're not interested in like other Final Fantasies. And it's like, I said something like, you know, if you play the other Final Fantasies, it's almost like you spoil the plot of Final Fantasy 14. Because a lot of plot points and a lot of names are reused, a lot of concepts are reused. So like, you know, just knowing the names of enemies, you can kind of guess like what happened, stuff like that. And like, so right now, there's a storyline involving the 4 Archfiends from Final Fantasy IV. And you'll get there. But if you're playing Final Fantasy 14 now, I don't know if you are, but the big bad is kind of the big bads are these like 4 fiends: Cagnazzo, Scarmiglione, Barbaricha, and Rubicante. And it's like literally the fiends from Final Fantasy IV. And the fiends work for a guy, or they serve a guy, and that guy is hinted at in Final Fantasy 14. But like, if you've played Final Fantasy 4, you know who their boss is. You know? Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's not really a spoiler because it's not out yet. But like, if you play the other Final Fantasies, like you know. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, 16 comes out next month. But patch 6.4 comes out next month as well, and Tears of the Kingdom comes out like tomorrow, or like this weekend. Okay, so I don't know where the hell the black mask is. I know where the white mask is. Let's go there. All right, where the hell did I leave the ship? We gotta walk our ass all the way back around, huh? I wonder what's in that little area though. Let's go in the middle of that mountain. Why not? And we'll fight a bit. Who cares? Hold on. Do Berserk. And haste. And attack. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I finally got to... I finally capped the MSQ for Endwalker, and I unlocked level 90 dungeons and like the level 90 dungeon roulette. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be level 90. Like almost all the classes feel amazing at level 90. Like classes that like Paladin, for example. Paladin just kind of sucks at level 50. Pretty much all the tanks suck at level 50. You can't do much. You have like 2 AoE abilities, you have your 1-2-3 combo, and you have like a couple cooldowns, defensive cooldowns, and like that's it. I haven't played Gunbreaker at 50, but at level 50, Dark Knight, Paladin, and Warrior are like so similar to each other. It's like at level 90, they're Warrior and Paladin are very different. I love how you can just endlessly level them up. Like, almost 5,000. Christ. Damn, Vampire Girl. Girl. Yeah, I didn't want you to haste yourself or berserk yourself. I wanted you to berserk Chalker. Shit! Damn, these girls fucked me up. Whoa. Okay. Phoenix down. And let's start being serious about this. Let's start hitting them with flares. Thought they would do a lot more damage. I thought because Girl, are these endgame enemies? Holy shit! Okay, let's be a bit more serious. Okay, so their vampire girls are probably weak to Holy, but Holy's level 1 and he has tons of magic interference on him, so it's probably not gonna do shit. let's blink. And let's elixir. A fucking elixir, right? And punch. Am I using a 50,000 gil elixir on random battles, huh? Fucking hell, man! They're just gonna keep charming me. Is charm Asuna or Esuna? It's confusion. Bro, just where's Curious Confusion? Amnesia, Curse Darkness, Toad Status, Stone, Cross. I don't have a way to cure confusion. Garlic deals damage to the undead. Man, fuck it. We're gonna try Basuna. We're gonna try fire. It worked. Better work. Fuck yeah, it worked. Attacked. Flare and attack. Fuck you, Killer Mantis. Flare leveled up. Hands leveled up. Man, I got level 10 hands. Ooh, that was a lot of gil. Alright, let's keep going. Just fuck it. Why not? Marlboros? Have I faced Marlboros yet? I don't think I have. Okay. How about Blink? And, Haste? And Punch. We get Protect next round and Berserk next round after that. I'd say if that motherfucker just survived that. Alright, let's give him a Protect. Let's give him I do Haste? Yeah, let's do another Haste. No, let's do Berserk. That's what I like to see, almost 2,000 damage. And doing 0 damage to us. Fuck yeah. Attack, attack, attack. Chalker's magic went up? The game's like, bro, come on. Can I walk? Oh, okay, I can walk through there. Fuck it. Attack, attack, attack. Who cares? How far are you in Final Fantasy 3, Gamma? I don't know if you're still there. I barely remember Final Fantasy 3. Okay, there's gotta be something. I bet something's in this cave. How about Blink? Haste. And Hands. And then we'll cast Fire next round. The fuck? You're still alive after that? Man, the Black Flan is no joke. I love how Chalker's hands just like break through any defense. It's like you're not doing a lot of damage. Chalker yet. Even Mysidia, basement 1. Cool. How many chests? 19 chests. Okay, so the chest over there. Oh, fuck you. Let's do protect and fire. Punch. Damn, these things are tough. Were they always this tough? This is not the first time I've encountered these things. What a concept. Enemies getting stronger over the course of an adventure. Amazing. Yep, let's give him some more blink, some more fire scarecrow, and some more punches, because that's all you can do. All Chalker can do is punch, but he's very good at what he does. Wait, why did he lose MP? Oh, because the vampire lady stole MP from him. That's why his MP leveled up, because the game thinks he used MP in battle. Gee, Brian, what are we going to do tonight? The same thing we do every night. Try to level up Blink. It is kind of cool how every spell can target one person or multiple people. That's kind of cool. Hell yeah, Sourdough. You beat that bitch. You beat that dude with your staff. What the f... Oh, I see. Oh, I see. I'm actually above it. I thought I was, like, behind it. Perspective, man. Perspective in old 2D action games. Oh, Amnesia. He can't... Okay. He can't cast spells. He's silenced, or he's using Amnesia? Is that what they called silence back in the day? One more fire like that's probably gonna kill him. So fuck it, let's go. Boom. A ton of gil. Gold hairpin! Hey, we got a gold hairpin, the thing you were talking about. Increased defense, lowered attack, that's okay. Oh, she has a gold hairpin too. Yeah, I guess I have been finding gold hairpins, I just didn't realize it. Alright. Time to get out of here. I love how you just bring up the map of the floor anytime you want. It completely breaks the game, and I love it. Back. You might come with it, to be honest. Maybe. I don't remember. Probably not. I mean, stats on gear, they're important, but like, I don't think they're that important. There's some blink. How about a little fire scarecrow? How about Blizzard? Let's see what Blizzard does. It seems like a ton of enemies are weak to fire, and not many are weak except for Adamantoises. Yeah, I love how I love how there's a different animation for Blizzard for everything. Bro, when are Black Mages gonna get Fire 16? Black Garb. Wait a second. An outfit that enhances agility and guards against physical status ailments such as stone. We should probably give that to our boy. Well, he's the one that knows Esuna and Basuna. That'd make more sense to give it to him, but it's such a huge increase in defense, and it doesn't increase magical interference at all. Fuck it. We've got items. We can use items if need be to free Therion. I mean Rin. But it's hard to say no to that defense upgrade. Man, look at all these doors. I guess just pick a door. That's one thing that was kind of cool about Final Fantasy 1 and like the way the map system worked. You could like go into a room and use the map and see what was in all the other rooms. So you didn't really have to go in those rooms. Like they must have realized that and they're like, ah, fuck it. Maybe I should use Esuna on this guy. Yeah. Bro, I've never seen so many enemies that use status ailments as Final Fantasy 2. These random battles are kind of challenging. Gonna poison Shulker every turn. This is the cave of enemies that just do not care about your physical attack stat. Yeah, I was listening to some reviews about this game, and a lot of them were saying like, you know, the random encounter rate is really high. And like it's high because if you don't fight many battles before you get to the boss is just gonna wipe the floor with you. They keep the random battles high so they know you're gonna level a wide variety of things. And it's like, cool, but damn it! Goddamn cockatrices. I mean, there's literally a chest on the first level that protects against stone, so it's not like they're not helping you out. And Rin's evasion is ridiculously high, and I cast Blink. If Chalk can get a hit off, he'll probably knock one out in one hit. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Damn, Chalker be exploding over there with them level 10 hands. Yeah, I'm just trying to turn fucking... I basically... Fuck you. There's nothing in the room but a super high... Oh my god, look at all this shit. Oh, man. Haste, everybody. Yeah. Even though haste really only affects physical attackers. Because there's no ATB in this game. Let's use Luna. Let's use Cure and just keep attacking. Haste and Berserk worked good for me. I had Fury with double sword and it helped him immensely. I mean, the shield is nice just because you almost never take damage. So like haste and berserk stacking on Shulker, that's gonna be how I get through bosses. But when I'm taking on multiple enemies, I need to be able to at least take out one enemy every turn, if not multiple enemies at every turn. Furion's like a big defensive. He's like a tank. He's like a big defensive tank that can also buff the party. He's like a paladin. Well, like a more traditional paladin, like a D&D paladin. You know, he's like on the front line, not really doing a lot of damage, but also like not going down, right? And Sourdough is like the big black mage, bringing damage from the back and also tons of debuffs. And Shulker is just like, he's a monk. He can do one thing and one thing well, and that's punch motherfuckers. You get Ultima from the cave, the tower at Mericidia, or Mysidia. I keep saying Mericidia because that's what they call it in Final Fantasy XIV. That's also when the world changes, like when the encounters change. So Furion can do some damage. He's just not like super good at it. Because I usually use like, he's almost like the buffer. He's like a buffer class. He's the buffer and kind of like a side healer, and he like takes no damage from anything because he has tons of evasion from the shield. Sourdough is like the debuffer and the black mage, and Shulker is just the motherfucker throwing hands at everybody. He's got hands and they're rated E for everybody. The motherfucker gets turned to stone constantly. I mean that's cockatrices, man. It's not as bad as Final Fantasy 1. So, the Pixel remaster of Final Fantasy 1 is not the same game that came out in 1987, like, at all. Like, the original version of Final Fantasy 1 is probably one of the hardest games, like, ever. Well, probably like one of the hardest RPGs ever made, because there were some... If you got unlucky with random battles, you wouldn't get a turn. Like, the enemies would take their turn, and they would target your entire party and just instantly kill you. Like, you wouldn't... It was, like, 100% not fair. But that was unlikely, but not impossible. Minimum time to have all buffs, so I split them. Yeah. I kind of have Haste and Berserk running on Sourdough. I'm not doing this the most efficient way, probably. I'm also fighting a lot of random battles. Mostly because I don't want to miss out on any bestiaries entries. Let's see. Bro, we're gonna keep encounters off. Me in there. Me in. I'm in. There's like never anything in these fucking rooms, I swear. These rooms make me feel like I'm playing a game from 1988. Where is the room? Am I going inside the wall? What the fuck's going on? Fucking cockatrices. Do you remember what it was? I think I have all the missables. I'm gonna check before I go to the tower, but the fuck is that? Is that Furion? I'm guessing this is the way forward. Out of our way. Out of our way. Yellowbird found in the top left corner of the map. 118. Not sure. Out of our way. Out of our way. What the fuck? I can't just fight these things? Bro. Was I not supposed to come in here yet? Probably not. There's bestiary. Yellowbird. No. on a second. Final Fantasy 2, Miss. Wow, we're like halfway through the game. Go with a P. Hang on. So PSN Profiles has a walkthrough. Make sure you don't miss anything. See if I can find it. Was it Yellow Bird? Was it the land ray? It wasn't a land ray. You said it was a bird. Was it Helldiver? Helldiver? That's a yellow bird. It's missable. What's more orange? Not close enough. Forest Rockos? Forest Rockos? Did it look like, hang on. Was it this? Was it that? I defeated one of them. I don't know where the hell I found it, but I defeated one of them. Let's, okay. I have a list of all the missable ones in front of me. Let's see what we have. So there's 12 missable enemies, okay? The first one is Forest Rockos. Got it. The second one is the Skull. 22. Don't have it. Until Castle Palamecia. I haven't been to yet. That's okay. Antlion. Which I know I defeated what? Yeah, defeated 80 of those, so we're good. We're good on that. Killer Fish. Got it. Defeated 32 of those. Helldiver. Yep, got 26 of those. Sea Snake. Yep. Snake, got it. Landray, got that. Top of corner of the map. On the way to the big shop. Read something. I'm just going through all the missable. Amoeba, that's in Castle Palamecia. That's 71. I haven't gotten to that point. I haven't seen it. Black Knight, that's in Castle Palamecia. I haven't gotten there either. Stone Golem, also in Castle Palamecia. I haven't gotten there either. General, you guessed it, Castle Palamecia. I haven't gotten there yet. And that's it. So we're good on the missable enemies so far. So I guess we could, turn encounters off. Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be here yet. Like, where the fuck else do I go? I go... Let's go to the island. Let's see what's around here first. Man, are we gonna walk our ass all the way back there with all the random battles? Yeah, I think we are. I think we are. Bro, like... fire. Blink and Protect feel like they're gonna be very useful in the future. How long did it take you to beat the game? A fucking vampire, girls. I want to use Holy, but it's gonna be kind of shit. Maybe I didn't even get hit on final boss. Let me guess. Blink, 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 blink. These fucking vampire girls are gonna destroy me. They're just so charming. At all boots turns up on the second playthrough. Ah. That'll do it. Is it... It's weird that there's two ways to cure status ailment. Asuna and Basuna. Obviously they never did that again. I don't think they did that again. Basuna might be in Final Fantasy IV. I barely remember Final Fantasy IV. I mean, I know I'm going to have to grind. Well, not have to. Welcome in, Raiders. It's awesome to have you. Go. Oh! Oh!
Just gonna throw it out. Oh, we got 12 seconds left.
Ah! Oh!
Wow! I'm such a big ass target. I get hit, but I was.
Oh, damn. He's like, nope. Nope, make it happen. Hey, welcome in, Raiders. I'm Casual Z, and this is Platinum Pursuit. We got after Platinum Trophies, and right now we're going after Final Fantasy 2. How's everybody doing? Calvinator, how was your stream? How was Operation Tango? What is Operation Tango? I don't think I've heard of that. You know what? I'm gonna give you another shout out because I love that clip. I think it's. I want to see what else you got. Your little treasure trove clip. What? It's the same clip. Don't tell me you only have one clip.
Oh! Just gonna throw it out. Oh, we got 12 seconds left. Ah! Wow! I'm such a big ass target. I get hit, but I was.
Hill Gigas. Blink it is. This is bad. 4 bombs and a big boy? Yeah, we're gonna haste everybody. And just attack this bitch. Haste and blink. Come on, Chalker. Explode out of there. Start fucking them up. Hell yeah. They're trying that. They're trying that blue mage. Sorry for the raid run, but I need to lurk from here as it's late here. The stream goes well. Be awesome today. All right, Calvinator. Hey, I understand, man. I understand. Yeah, it's not so late here, but I know I'm also on the West Coast, so I'm like earlier than anybody else. It's like 8:30 for me. It means it's probably after midnight where you are, or getting pretty close to it. Hey, thanks for stopping by, though, man. How are you doing tonight, Prompto Max Photos? Prompto, you've been coming here a while now. Has it been like 7-8 months now? Why don't you? You know what, Prompto? I have been very rude to you. Prompto, I have to apologize. I have been very rude to you. You've been coming here a long time. I think you deserve a VIP. You've got probably 1 million channel points. I'm pretty sure I've given VIPs to people with less. There you go. Boom. There's a lot of people. Who the fuck is this person? There's people here I don't even know that have VIP. Yeah, I know that person. I know that person. I haven't seen Miss happen like in here. I don't remember who this person is. Everything else is fine. But yeah, congratulations, Prompto. You are now a VIP. Because you're there for like every stream, man. Raven 2, why not? Congratulations, Hyper Knight Raven. You are now a VIP. I'm out of water. I gotta get some water. House of the Knight of Two Feathers. Fantasy final from atop the sky, steel and beyond your chamber door. Croak the Raven nevermore. Y'all excited about Persona 5 tomorrow? Can you feel it? Can you feel the excitement? I'll be right back. I got some water. Gotta get some water.
It's like a sales rep that won't take no for an answer.
There's another fucking door. Oh my god, there's another. How many? It's like, like comedy. This is like a comedy. How many doors can there be? Genshin Impact is such a no shit! Damn it! No, I didn't mean to do that. In the case of 3-month-old never watched The Walking Dead, you are not. Yeah, you two. You've been coming here a long time. You are definitely supporters, and you're definitely known around here. And there's a lot of people that have VIP that haven't shown up in forever. So why not? I say why not? People ask why. I say why not? Good Lord, Flare. Damn, are you still out there? You ever play Black Mage in 14? There's only a few classes that I started leveling and just stopped. I just didn't like them. There's Black Mage and Bard. It got to a point where Bard was just... It was a lot to manage, and it just stopped being fun. So my Bard is at 69. And it'll probably be at 69 forever. But that was also back when I was still, like, going through, like, Heaven's Sword. It was like a year ago. I didn't really have a way to level quickly outside of roulettes. Or it's the fight to end all fights. God damn, these werewolves be out for blood. Man, God help you if you go south in the beginning. God help you. Fuck it, just attack. Attack, attack, attack. But no, I got Black Mage like level 39. It was Brayflax Longstop. Black Mages are just like not that fun in dungeons. I mean, okay, obviously I didn't play it very far. Like not too many classes are fun to play at level 39. Pretty much every class without exception gets better the closer you get to 90. Like, I was talking to this guy, he was leveling Monk. Monk was like level 57 or whatever. And he's like, you know, I'm just trying to see what I like, I'm trying to see what I don't like. And I checked his classes, he had a lot of classes at 90. Like, yeah, I got them at 90, but I didn't really want to play them after 90, I just really wanted to level them, you know, blah, blah, blah. You got it, Prompto. Congratulations, you're a VIP now. How's it feel? Speech. I need to hear a speech. Well, motherfucker. Right before we get our ass on the boat. I'm really bad about VIPs, man. I'm just like, hey, you coming here a lot? Hey, you don't have a VIP? You should have VIP. I think the boat just gets taken away from you at some point. Because almost every enemy you encounter out on the sea is missable. But yeah, Prompto, you excited for us to start Persona 5 tomorrow? Here it is. Persona 5. I bought this like 5 years ago. I bought this when it came out, whenever that was. When did Persona 5 come out? Probably came out like 2016. It's probably been out for a decent amount of time now. Damn it. Right before I go in, they're like, nope.
It's just gonna be magical. My heart is gold, but my
Trophy.
is platinum.
What's up, Jonathan? You are one month away from me and having a gold trophy next to you. It's not that late over there. It's only midnight. What's up, my guy? How you doing? What's like over there on the East Coast? Talk to me. Hot as fuck over here. It's almost 9 o'clock and the sun is shining. I don't know if you can tell. There. It is 8:30 p.m. and the sun is still shining. I'm gonna get this camera working right again. Ah. Fuck up forever. Hanging out, maybe isn't a happy camper right now. I've been told my voice is soothing to crying children. That was probably a lie though, when whoever said it. And I might have just made it up. Yeah, it is kind of fun. How many chests we got in here? 20 fucking chests. God damn. I hate fighting these things, man. Here. Teleport them away. Of course fucking teleport's not working. Where it's so bright, it's like super dark at 7. Yeah. It's because we're just so far north. See, chest there, chest there. We got lots of chests. It's chest heaven. Start from top and work our way down. Level up player a bit. Dude, I wake up at 5:15. Sun's already up. Sun doesn't go down until like 9 o'clock. The sun's only down for about, like, what? 8 hours. Like 16, 17 hours of daylight. But in the winter, it's the exact opposite. Sun doesn't come up to like 9 o'clock, and it's gone by 5. And in the winter, it's cloudy, overcast, like always raining. In the summer, it's just the opposite. People have this idea in their heads that, like, you know, Seattle and Tacoma is like always raining and always, and like, yeah, it's like that in the winter and the fall, but in the summer it's bright as fuck. It like never rains. There's like never clouds in the sky. What's cool is that, you know, it's not just super sunny. It's almost like there's a sunset that lasts for 5 or 6 hours. Maybe not that long. Maybe like 3 or 4 hours. But it's beautiful. You can sit on your porch and it's almost like you're watching the sun go down for like 3 hours. Oh, it's wonderful. It's so much fun. What am I doing? Fire. Blink 6? Why not Blink 182? That's so funny. We're about halfway done with this game. I didn't stream on Monday, and Tuesdays are Tomboy Tuesdays, so it's Final Fantasy 14. Oh, thank God they still let you open the chest. Damn, Chalker, you really need that much health? You're like twice as much health as everybody else. Yeah, I feel like I should blink that and flare that. Hell yeah. That's what we want to see. One hit KOs. Give me my gold. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I already know the story to this game because I played it before on the Game Boy. So I was now I usually listen to like YouTube videos to help fall asleep. And I was listening to a YouTube video about Final Fantasy II gameplay. So Final Fantasy II, for whatever reason, I don't think so much anymore, but like back in the day, like I'm talking like mid 2000s, mid to late 2000s, like probably 2006, 2009, Final Fantasy II was like, it was a general consensus that it was the worst one. And one of the reasons was the battle system. Because the battle system works, so if you attack a lot, your strength will go up. And if you take a lot of damage in a fight, your health has a chance to go up at the end of the fight. If you use magic a lot, your magic stat increases. You know? You use a certain spell a lot, the spell level increases, you know? Which is like, okay, that kind of makes sense, right? But like, your advancement or your power, there's kind of like a soft limit. And that limit is the strength of the enemies you're fighting. Because bosses are always going to be an increase in difficulty. The way the developers made it balance out was they just have you fight a lot of battles, you know? They have you fight a lot of battles to try out different spells, try out different like party builds you want to do. Like, it's very freeform. There's a lot of freedom to kind of build your party the way you want. But in order for it to work, you have to have a lot of battles. And the way you fight has to be like, you know, you can't level up like outside of battle. Like, your battle stats are raised directly by what you use. Hey, what's up, Rin? MP's hideout friends on the world Final Fantasy 2.
Jedi are thieves
It's
and
Wednesday.
selfish liars who bring nothing but death.
Very true. They are. I can turn them off. So the idea is that every battle you're trying kind of different things. You're trying different spells. You're trying different weapons. Sumo. Sumo. It's gotta be like 5 or 6 in the morning. In Swedenland.
Slide.
What the fuck was I doing? Yeah, they are kind of tedious. 5:43. Well, because of you, I always have an idea generally what time it is. Because it's 4 in the morning when I start my stream, and I start my stream at 7 o'clock. So that means I'm 15 hours ahead of you. Or 9 hours behind you. I'm not really sure. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep doing zero damage to him. And I'm like, Chalk could do some damage to him, and it did 23 damage. I'm like, that's not a lot. But apparently it was enough. We got back to that, it's too early. Sumo's a celebrity now. I mentioned him in my latest platinum pop. Have you seen it, John? Maybe you haven't. I don't know if you watch the YouTube channel. Like, we got the platinum for Dead Space, and so after like the first or second stream, I'm gonna embarrass Sumo a bit. After like the first or second stream, Sumo, because Sumo's always messaging me like random stuff, and we're always like talking. I'm like, heading to bed soon. Oh, you haven't been to bed yet? I thought you like just woke up. Like you just kind of like rolled out of bed and flipped through your phone and saw that I was streaming. If you gotta go to bed, man. He's like, Kaz, you always put me to sleep. Your voice is just so boring and droning it puts me to sleep. Just finished a 14-hour Elden Ring stream? Goddamn. Grind never stops. I think 14 hours is the longest stream I've ever done. It was God of War 2. I underestimated God of War 2. I streamed it. I started streaming like 8 or 9 in the morning. I was streaming until like almost midnight, and I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. It was like a 13, 14-hour stream. It was so long. I am so tired of fighting these fucking things, man. I've not been super busy. Actually, just tired of content. Oh, nice. I mean, I'm not putting you on the spot or anything, but like, okay, so I started playing Dead Space, and I started out on hard, which is not a good idea, but I started out on hard, and I wasn't doing well, and like, when you don't do well in a survival horror game, like, it's not good, because you're just like using resources that can be better used later on, you know? And you can't, like, finesse your way out of certain situations. I mean, you kind of can if you know what you're doing, but if you don't know what you're doing, like yours truly, you can't. So, you know, I'm like 2 streams in, and I have, like, very limited resources. And Sumo's like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone struggle with Dead Space like you have. And I'm like, damn. And I think it was a stream after that I decided that I'm not ready for hard mode, I'm going to start on normal mode. And then it was, like, the easiest fucking game in the world. But I said to him, like, oh, by the time I get the platinum, I'll probably be a bit better, you know, because I'm kind of an asshole, right? And I put that Discord conversation in the video. It was actually with my previous account, because I got hacked, so I just made a new account. So the screenshot Sumo gave me literally said deleted user. So it makes it seem like I got so embarrassed, I just deleted my account. I included a lot of deaths. I included a lot of deaths in the first part of the Platinum Pop video. Wasn't hard to find them, believe me. Not hard to find. It was hard to find like a top 5. There's so many deaths. There's one time, it was for God of War 2. And I kind of feel bad about it, because like there's no way to access the footage anymore. But Sumo, I died so much in God. I actually have a death counter. I died so much in God of War 2. Sumo sent me a document with timestamps of all the times I died. And he's like, you should make a montage. And, you know, I'm lazy as fuck, so I didn't do it. I think from now on, in games I know I'm going to die a lot, like Dead Space. Probably not Persona 5, but like, you know, action games. Like, maybe I play Until Dawn, or maybe I play The Evil Within. Like, these games I'm probably going to die a lot. I should probably have a death counter going. And probably have like a piece of paper that I can write down the timestamps of all the times I died, in case I want to do a montage later on. Yeah, I'm kind of an ass. I've been funny, Super Meat Boy. Jesus Christ. I mean, Super Meat Boy, there's like multiple deaths every second. Okay, to be fair, Sumo messaged me. He's like, I don't want to sound like an ass, but I've never seen anyone struggle with Dead Space like you. Oh, God. So many random battles. Okay, well, I don't know why I just protected him. I have to say, you should... That should be enough. Sumo. You should play Final Fantasy 14. I know only classic WoW has a place in your heart when it comes to MMOs. And I know you have plenty of other games to play. You should play Final Fantasy 14 just long enough so that we can run like a dungeon together. I'm alright, ring it with my PC computer, early check all connections, input new GPU. Chris gonna send me an PC and fan start up, it doesn't display in monitors, I just get no signal. Oh. I don't know, man. What was the issue? I don't know so much about computers, man. I really don't. I should probably know more than I do, but I don't. Try Thunder. Thunder might do some damage too. I think they're just weak to magic. Went for a walk and came back. I went for a walk. What was it? Yesterday? I forget when it was. Not today, but like... Sleep grass? What the fuck is sleep grass? Herb that puts the target to sleep. Has the same effect as sleep. Cool. So, you have to promise me, if you play, I have to be with you when you go through Sastasha for the first time. You've never played it at all, have you? Like, okay, so it's not like WoW, and what I'm gonna tell you is probably gonna like kind of annoy you, but so you know how like in WoW you just have to get a high enough level, then you can go in the dungeon. Not how Final Fantasy 14 works. You know how like some dungeons in WoW and Burning Crusade, they have like an attunement process? Literally every instance in WoW has an attunement process, but it's usually not that bad. It's like a quest. The quest will be like... The quest just provides context, you know? So for Sastasha, I mean, Sastasha's like a cave with pirates in it, right? And the quest is like, yo, you know, the merchants of this town keep getting their stuff stolen from them. And these tracks lead back to this cave. Why don't you go in there and see what's up, you know? And once you talk to the person, it's like, you can now go to Sastasha. And you can queue for it, you know? And once you finish the dungeon, you leave the dungeon. And you get into a cutscene, basically. And you go back to the person and be like, yeah, it was pirates. But I took care of it. Like, wow, it was pirates? Well, thank you for taking care of it. You know, it's like really basic. But every dungeon has some kind of story behind it. I played a bit, like 10, 12 hours maybe, yeah. I could have stopped talking if I had just read that. But yeah, like, some dungeons are part of the main story quest. Some dungeons are optional. But they all have a quest around them that kind of explains why you're going into this area and stuff like that. But my point is, like, you always know what dungeons you can and can't do, you know? And no matter what city you start in, no matter what class you start as, your first dungeon is always Sastasha. And then I think it's Coppervale Mines and Tamtara Deepcroft. Oh no, I'm ambushed. What would you play, Sumo? It's like the year of Final Fantasy, man. Final Fantasy 16 comes out in like a month. A new patch for Final Fantasy 14 comes out next month. The Pixel remasters came out like a month ago. I really thought Final Fantasy 14... I really thought Final Fantasy was dead after 14 came out for the first time. I'm like, it's fucking dead. Ooh, tanking. Well, unfortunately, when you start out, you only have two options for tanks. And that'd be Warrior and Paladin, which, when you start out, they're Marauder and Gladiator. You want a tank, huh? What a coincidence. I decided that my main, or at least the class I'm going to focus the most on, is White Mage. White Mage is so much fucking fun, it's unbelievable. You do so much damage, it's ridiculous. This ain't your granddaddy's White Mage, oh no. I'm like, wow, I guess they are strong against lightning. That's why they're yellow, but it kills them anyway, so it's like, I guess I don't know. I just wish they didn't just wipe half the OG shit in WoW for Kata. My friend is Corrupted Ashbringer and could do the event in Scarlet Monastery, and that was cool. Don't do that anymore. Another as ATS show and get a special voice line in Kara. Yeah. Are you talking about Shade of Iran? If you wear ATS in the Shade of Iran fight, he says something like he's like, how do you have that? Did he send you? Or like he reacts to it. See, Final Fantasy doesn't do that. For better, so Final Fantasy goes the opposite. For better or for worse, you have to go through old content to get to new content. It's like, WoW and Final Fantasy are so different because, so I was leveling in WoW, right, and I got to level 60, and Chromie appeared, like, you know, in a cutscene, and she's like, hey, I need you back here to help with the Dragon Isles. And it fucking teleported me back to Orgrimmar in front of her, and it played the cutscene that starts Dragonflight. Like, the second you get to 60, it teleports you back and forces you to go to the Dragon Isles. So, like, the XP from quests go from, like, 10,000 to, like, 2. Like, the game is, like, forcing you to go to Dragonflight, you know? Whereas Final Fantasy XIV is the opposite. You could be max level, but if you haven't completed the story quests, fuck you, you're not going to Endwalker. I had my first level 90, and I think it was Stormblood, which is the second out of 4 expansions. And I got to level 90, and it was like, hey, congratulations. You still got like 300 main story quests left, bitch. Like, it's like, congratulations, you got all these cool abilities. You can't use them in dungeons because you can't even get to that level of dungeons anymore. Like, fuck you. It's like so different. So they did take a few quests out of the game. So a lot of Final Fantasy XIV main story quests in like 2.0, like the original incarnation of the game, well, not original, but like the first incarnation of the game without any expansions, a lot of it was pretty tedious. And they did cut a few quests out that don't really have any story significance. But like all the side quests are still there. You can still go back and get the ultimate weapons from the original Realm Reborn. They're easier to get now too because you can do it unsynced, which basically means you can be max level running through lower level dungeons. Like, Final Fantasy XIV encourages people to go through older content. Like, Blue Mage was invented, one, to give people Blue Mage, but also it gives you a chance to go through older content and like see it in a new way. And but like here's the thing though. They do go back and kind of change old dungeons. They do it mainly because a lot of mechanics in earlier dungeons they don't really use later on, and it's just more difficult for randoms to like go through some of these older dungeons, so they change them to make them easier. Sometimes. So Spectral Tiger is my dream mount. My favorite is Jade. Yo, but do you have the Core Hound? I have the Core Hound they gave away for the 10th anniversary. It's probably my rarest mount. It's almost like 10 years old at this point. You can probably buy it from the store, but I got it. So when Warlords of Draenor was out, they had the Molten Core event. You could go through Molten Core like level 100. What was Warlords of Draenor? Level 100? Yeah, you could go through. It was a level 100 synced version of Molten Core. And if you completed it, you got a Core Hound pup and a Core Hound mount. And I just happened to be logged in when you could do it. What a terrible choice that was. Luckily, they only have physical attacks. So Blink, oh my fucking lord. 46 damage, oh no, please. Not 46 damage, I'll never be able to do that. What's that dragon mount from Dragon Soul? Is it the Handmaiden something or other? That like really rare mount? I got that mount my first try. I also got Ravenlord my first try. But I tried for like a year straight and never got Ashes. I can remember it now. It would be unfair of you to fight all my advisors at once. Fairness was never shown to my people. Fucking Kael'thas, man. Fuck you. I got a badass mount in Final Fantasy XIV the other day. Here, I'll post a picture of it. It wasn't hard to get. Like, it was hard to get, but it wasn't hard to get. It was something my FC was doing. See. A good image of it. Copy image address. That's a I apologize. That's a horrible image. That's a bit bigger. You see that tiny person sitting on top of it? That's how fucking big it is. It can fly too, and when it flies, it brings its arms inside, so it's like a disc. It's based on Omega Weapon from Final Fantasy V. So you get that for beating the Savage version of a raid from Stormblood, which was like level 70. So it was like 2 expansions ago. And you can do it unsynced, but the mount isn't guaranteed. Like, if you do it synced, the mount is a guaranteed drop. If you do it unsynced, it's not guaranteed anymore. It's like a 5% drop. So if you have 8 people that want the mount and you have 5% drop, you're gonna fight that motherfucker 100 times. And even unsynced, it's not a guaranteed kill, because it's pretty tough. There's a lot of you just fucking die mechanics if you don't do it right. 800 mounts there, missing Dragonfly mount, every single one before. Jesus Christ. I only have like 30 mounts in Final Fantasy. So Final Fantasy 14, mounts aren't as common as they are in WoW. Like, you know how in WoW they have like similar mounts with like different colors? They sort of have that in Final Fantasy. So the trials. Okay, so Onyxia, right? Onyxia is like one boss, right? Final Fantasy 14 has a lot of things called trials, which are just you literally zone in, the boss is right there, you kill the boss, that's it. It's literally just a single boss trial. And you know, because it's a single boss, these fights are a bit longer. You know, they might be like 5-10 minute fights. It's like 2 to 4 minute fights in dungeons. So they're called trials. They're normally reserved for like, you know, big boss enemies to kind of give the final bosses of expansions like their own fight. But you also have what are called extreme trials, which are just like tougher versions of that. So there's no like Savage only fights, but there are Savage only phases. So because the philosophy of Final Fantasy is they want everyone to experience the story, you'll have like a normal mode fight, which is like, you know, not too bad. It's designed that people can clear it even with a lot of mistakes. I mean, a lot of mistakes. But then you have like the extreme version, which usually drops weapons, like decent eye-level weapons, and they're usually more tougher, more difficult content that you need coordination for and stuff like that. Even like Corrupted and Black Protodrake. There's White Warhorse mounts, and almost like a couple of the Glad mounts. Damn. I'm walking away from this chest. It's gonna take me like 7 centuries to get through this fucking. I think I have like a little over 200 mounts. I don't have many. I'm pretty much the definition of a casual player, and I have like 200. There's some mounts in Final Fantasy 14 that are just like fucking ridiculous. There's one so the tank mounts, right? So to encourage people to play tanks, so for whatever reason tanks are the least played role in Final Fantasy 14, and so the devs put little things in the game to encourage people to play tanks. Well, there's one achievement called Tank You Paladin, Tank You Gunbreaker, Tank You whatever the name of the tank is, right? And if you queue for, I want to say it's 300 high-level duties through the Duty Finder. Okay, so you can make a party and queue in the Duty Finder and get the rewards from queuing in the Duty Finder. But in order to do this achievement, you have to queue as a tank by yourself. It has to be a dungeon above level 61, and you can only get them once a day. You can probably get about 8 or 9 of these a day if you queue for a tank and everything, and it's above level 61, which is not guaranteed. There's no way to guarantee the level range that you're going to get when you queue for random roulettes. The idea is that people are just spamming tanks all the time, which helps alleviate the queue times. It keeps the queue time shorter. And the tank mounts are some of the best looking mounts in the game, and they're all unique for like your class. They kind of like match the class flavor. See if I can find the paladin one. Thank you. But yeah, and every single mount in Final Fantasy 14 can fly, even if it doesn't look like it should. There's no such thing as ground and flying mounts. Everything can fly. And a lot of them just kind of like swim through the air, but every mount can fly. Even though it looks like it probably shouldn't. Oh, is this the Dark Knight? Oh, that's the Dark Knight. Hey, here's the Dark Knight. That's badass looking. Oh, never mind. Wow. Each tank gets 2 mounts. I didn't know that. Wow. I went to an article and they said the 8 best tank mounts in Final Fantasy 14, and there's no. There we go. Here's a decent one. Actually, not that decent. Here's a frontal view. It's not the best. So they added them in Stormblood, which was the second expansion. And for every tank class that comes out, they give them like a special, unique mount to their class. It's pretty cool. And fuck this. Attack, 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 attack. There's nothing for healers though. I feel like there should be something for healers too. Like, you got this for tanks. For whatever reason, tanking is just. So the community for Final Fantasy 14 is way different from the community in WoW. Like, it's a lot more encouraging. Like, WoW's not super toxic, but it is kind of a little toxic. So, like, okay, in Final Fantasy 14, they'll sink you down an item level to the dungeon. And the reason being is they don't want you just burning through the dungeon and blowing it up. They want you to actually, like, do the dungeon, you know? You'll still do pretty well, because it sinks you to what, like, the devs think you should be at in terms of item level.
This is where the fun begins.
Hey, what's up, Joshua? But, like, you don't have situations in a WoW where if you're queuing for a max level normal dungeon, you have people with, like, raid gear burning the boss down in like 5 seconds. You don't have that in Final Fantasy 14. You have to do the fight. You have to do the mechanics. You know, you could probably end the fight, you know, a little early, because at a certain point, mechanics start to repeat. It's like, mechanics in Final Fantasy 14 aren't like WoW. WoW, the boss can kind of do anything they want, but they do have internal cooldowns. In Final Fantasy 14, it's a strict boss is going to do this, and then they're going to do this, and then they're going to do that, and they're going to do this. You can kind of get away with some stuff. Okay, so I have a story to tell. So I unlocked I unlocked a dungeon called the Fell Court of Troya. This dungeon's pretty badass. So in Final Fantasy 14, there's like multiple worlds. And these worlds are like reflections of themselves, right? And some of them have been destroyed. I'm not going to go into all the details, but like right now, they're trying to figure out, okay, what's a reliable way to like go to other worlds? Because we would like to do that. That seems fun. You know? And because we need something else for the next expansion. So you managed to go to the 13th Reflection, which is a world that's completely fallen to darkness, just overwhelmed by darkness. And where you land in this world is like this old school, like, gothic castle. It's almost like Ultimecia's castle in Final Fantasy VIII. And the dungeon's called the Fell Court of Troya. And it's beautiful. Well, it's the second highest dungeon right now. Like, it's the second most recent dungeon to be released. And so I ran it. I ran it like once or twice to kind of get like a feel for it. And I had so much fun. I ran it. I ran the dungeon just to run it because it's fun. And we partway through the first boss, our tank starts DCing and just leaves. Final Fantasy 14 is weird. So if there's gear that hasn't been rolled for, like if a person DCs and there's gear, like there's items, you can't kick them until the item runs out. And it's like a 3 or 4 minute roll before the item just goes away. So we'd have to sit there and wait for 4 minutes before the tank was we could vote to kick the tank. So we're like, ah, fuck it, let's just keep going, right? So this is the first boss. It's just me, a healer, and 2 DPS, and it's like trash hits pretty hard. You kind of need a tank, but it's like, fuck it, let's go, right? So we pull like 1 or 2 trash packs at a time, and we're doing okay. I'm able to do a lot of damage and also like stay up on healing. And then we get to like the second boss, and one of the things that Final Fantasy XIV does is they do these things called tank busters. It's like a big red circle appears around the tank, and that means the boss is like 1 or 2 seconds away from hitting that motherfucker really, really hard. And so a tank probably wants to pop a cooldown, or like the healer wants to get a big heal ready, you know, like it's whatever, you know, mitigate, heal through it. Well, on a tank, it's no big deal, but if it happens to a DPS or a healer, it could be a fucking one-shot if you don't mitigate it at all. And DPS don't have defensive mitigations, most of them. They have like healing mitigations, which are meant to heal them after they get hit by something that's unavoidable. So we're like, okay, this boss, this motherfucker might just kill you. Like, he might do all the damage to you, and I might not have a way to like keep you up. So he targets DPS. I throw on a small shield, and I throw on a defensive buff that I can put on another person. Decreases damage they take by 10%. And the boss hits him, and this motherfucker had like 5 health left. Like, not 5%, like 5 health. He had super low health. And I hit him with a Benediction, which always heals a target for 100% of their health on a 2-minute cooldown. And we fucking made it through. We made it through the tank buster. Luckily, our DPS was high enough that we didn't have to deal with another one. But we're like, holy shit. But we get to like the final boss. Like we did all the trash pulls, we get to the final boss, and like we haven't died yet, we haven't wiped yet. And it's like, okay, what about the final boss? We're like, fuck it, let's go. The final boss is a lot easier because his tank buster didn't hit as hard. His tank buster only probably did about 3/4 of his health. And I always had a Benediction ready to just heal him instantly. Anyway, the point is, there's a good chance if I was playing WoW that I would have zoned in with DPS that could kill all the bosses in like 15 seconds. And it's like, wow, that's a lot of fun. You do kind of notice it on trash though. Like so White Mage has this ability called Afflatus Misery. So the global cooldown in Final Fantasy XIV is 2.5 seconds. It's so long. The global cooldown in WoW by default is 1 second, but haste can lower that. Well, 2.5 seconds is a long time. But here's the thing. There are certain abilities that are off the global cooldown. And their cooldown is basically 0.5 seconds, because your animation locks for 0.5 seconds after using an ability. So a lot of classes are built around use this ability, and between this and this ability, you press this ability. Sometimes you press 2 abilities in between, like weapon skills and spells. So with healing, the name of the game is you basically have 1 damaging spell on a cast timer, and it usually takes about 1 second to cast, and then you have a 1.5 second global cooldown left. The idea is that as you're casting, you're throwing off global cooldown heals, and there's not many of them. A White Mage has like 3, I think, and all of them are on pretty long cooldown. So you're like, okay, if I want to heal, I have to stop doing damage. Which, in WoW is no big deal, but in Final Fantasy, some enrage timers are pretty tight, and healers and tanks need to be doing as much damage as they can. That's where the White Mage comes in. White Mage does not have a lot of abilities off the global cooldown. They can either do a lot of damage, or they can heal a lot, but they can't do both together. You really got to kind of pick and choose. But lilies are interesting. Every 20 seconds in a fight, when you're in combat for 20 seconds, you get a lily. A lily gives you an instant cast heal that's on the global cooldown, but it's instant. You don't have to cast it. And because it's instant, you can weave other spells in between it. What it does, when you spend a lily, you get a blood lily. When you get 3 Blood Lilies, you can perform an ability called Afflatus Misery. Afflatus Misery is a super hard-hitting spell, and the way it works is that it does the combined damage of 4 of your damaging spells. The idea is that because you had to heal for those global cooldowns, you couldn't do damage. So this is your damage back. Like, we're giving you your damage back because those are 4 glares that you could have cast. But instead you cast 3 lilies, and now you're casting the big spell. So it's 4 of your DPS spells, and here's a big spell. But here's the thing, it's an AoE spell. And you don't have to spend those lilies in combat. You can spend them anytime. You just gain them in combat. So here's what you do, right? You got trash packs, right? And sometimes the tank is going to pull like 15 monsters, right? And before you go into combat, you're just spamming lilies. So you have your big blood lily ready for the pull. So you waltz in there, and as soon as he has the mobs gathered up, you throw down that Afflatus Misery. Boom! Enemies are getting hit by a fuck ton of damage. Like, your damage as a healer spikes all the way up. And it might bring every mob's health down to like half. Like, in one spell, you took down almost half of all the enemy's HP. And you're a healer. You're not even a DPS. It's wild to see. Enemies just fucking melt. They're probably going to nerf it in the next expansion. They'll be like, okay, you have to spend your lilies in combat. You can't spend your lilies out of combat anymore. Oh, fuck you. You don't want to have a good time? I don't even use my lilies in combat. Like, combat will end, and I'll just heal the tank. With, like... Because whenever you heal, you kind of raise your cane, like, you heal... I'm healing him out of combat. And then when he gets into combat, I'm just doing damage. I'm healing him when no damage is happening to him out of combat. And when he is in combat and he probably does need heals, I'm just like, fuck you. Boom! Blowing up motherfuckers. Hey, if they're dead, they can't do damage. It's a special kind of healing. Yeah, I like Final Fantasy 14. What Just die. I don't feel like casting a spell. Just die. Thank you. I feel like my entire life has been in this cave. Oh, look at you being all fancy, having multiple... Man, fuck this. We're turning encounters off. I feel like I'm going to spend 3 hours in this goddamn cave because every 5 feet there's another random battle. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. Final Fantasy 2 might have some of the worst... Nah, okay, they're not terrible. Like... they're deliberately designed to waste your time. Because, like, by the time you get to the boss, you'll have gone through, like, 150 random battles. You might not have any MP left. Because Ethers are, like, a death... What the fuck is a death idol? Cast death? Where's death idol? Has the same effect as Sphere. Check out this death idol. Ah! Bro, it would have been an hour for me to do what I just did. No? Can I walk in there? I feel like I don't want to go in that area just yet. That area has final area vibes all over it. Give me a chest. Leap grass. Sweet. Monsters. I love them. Haste everybody. Blink everybody. GG. I would like to do almost 3,000 damage with one hit. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Man, magic sucks. I should have just made everybody a monk. What is it? A Gaia drum? What's a Gaia drum? Gaia drums usually do earth damage in other games. A drum that resonates with the earth, summoning an earthquake. So 2 things of sleep grass and an earth drum. Badass. Only 3 chests left. Get the fuck out of here. Gotta get over there. I bet it's here. I bet it's this one. Yep. Gimme. Oh no, monsters. Fire. It's probably gonna kill him.
This is where the fun begins.
Boom. Good night, sweet prince. You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. Wow, a whole ass phoenix down. Look at me. Ain't I just a stinker? Where the hell? Where did we come from? Where are we going? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? How do I get over there? I think we have to go... Is there another stairwell over here? What's in here? Okay, so there's one more chest outside this room that we could get because we're 18 out of 20. I don't know what's gonna happen when we. I'm pretty sure the white mask or the black mask in that treasure chest. I forget which one they said was in. How do I get over there? I think I have to go all the way back down. It would be biblical. It would be biblical. The amount of random battles I would have had by now if I did not turn encounters off. And they were not kidding when they said small amount of MP. Is that a joke? Only 20 MP recovered? Are you for real? How's your Wednesday going, Rin? You working on your computer? There it is! We got it! Spider Stilk. 19 out of 20? 19 out of 20. I remember how to get back here. I remember how to get back to the other room. This? I think it was this. I hope it was this. No, this is... room? Yeah, that's the exit of the whole thing. And it took like 20 minutes to walk that far with all the random battles. It's not as bad as Final Fantasy 1. Final Fantasy 1 would literally put you in like a hallway. You just walk straight and there'd be like nothing. You just be walk straight. There's like no puzzles, no twists and turns, no nothing. You just walk straight. And the only reason it was a challenge is because your ass was getting in random battles every 5 feet. Itgard mask. Oh no. How much you want to bet I beat this motherfucker in 3 hits? Alright. Blink. Haste. Attack. And then we just keep berserking Shulker. Because why not? Because buffing's the only thing that matters in this game. Oh, you're doing a little bit of damage to me. How dare you? Hit him with the berserk. Hit him with the berserk. I don't know why I'm doing this because he can only, no matter how strong he is, he can only attack one time. He can only attack one enemy at a time. I just want to watch the world burn and see how much damage you can really do. I'll show you how hungry or how loyal a hungry dog really is. Oh, I was so worried. Bro, I think that boss fight was easier than some of the random battles. White mask or black mask? You found the black mask. You fucker. Are there random battles in the exits? Man, these... They should never stop, do they? This poison toad hasn't poisoned me one time. But watch, he's gonna poison me now. Maybe he did poison me. I just don't. Maybe he poisoned me, I just wasn't paying attention. There. Okay, it wasn't on the title, it was just off the title. But the audacity. Bro, why'd I buy 50 cottages? I'm not gonna need 50 cottages. I might need like 10. Okay, we got the white mask. Now where are we going? Okay. So I cheated. And I found out that... Encounters? Encounters are on. And I found out that... if you have the black mask, you can get past the doppelganger. But more of that tomorrow, just relaxing. Alright. Excited, but... yeah, excited to see me start Persona 5 tomorrow, Rin. I don't know what to expect. I've never really watched... I know that it's turn-based. That's about it. I know it's turn-based, and it's kind of like a school days aesthetic. And that's it. Beyond that, I don't really know what to expect. Six fucking cockatrices. Yeah, sure. My boy. Why did you turn my boy into stone? How dare you? You know what? You can kill him in one hit. You can't. So we're going to use a saw. Or a gold needle. You were the hydrate, Raven. You're always looking out for me. Playing up, Pog Flame is almost done. Persona 5 Royal, and you'll be beginning. How long did it take him? How long did it take my boy, Pog Flame? Shot Flame, Pog Flame. Is there really that much of a difference between the original and Royal? It's like a completely different game, or just like minor differences? I know they're separate platinums. I know that. I think they are. All of a sudden, I'm not super confident about that. Please kill him in one hit. My boy and his fists are rated E for everybody. We had lots of features, improvements, and an expansion of the story. Wait, so they added an expansion? So, like, there's more story, but it's a shorter platinum? They must have streamlined some things. Allowed you to go back and get missables or something. Yay, Sourdough! Got better at casting flurs! How the fuck is he almost dead? Oh, swap. That's what it was. Basically more time to do things too. So what I'm hoping the guide is gonna help me through this. I have to make bookmarks and stuff, so I remember where I am in the guide. Jesus. I feel invincible. If I just walk my way to the end of the battle, or the end of the dungeon, it wouldn't even matter. Fucking Marlboros, man. Did they get bad breath in this game? I don't think they did. Alright, Therian. Alright, Rin. Basuna. And Flare. Boom! Fuck you, Daddy. Leaving counters on. We're gonna leave encounters on until I'm pretty sure I've encountered every kind of enemy. There's not like rare enemies. Not like in Final Fantasy 1. Final Fantasy 1, you'd be like 20, 25 encounters in, and all of a sudden you'd see an enemy you hadn't seen before. Does not seem to be true for this game. It seems like the enemies inside the dungeons kind of match the enemies around the dungeon, which I guess makes sense from like a logical point of view. But you would think there'd be a few like dungeon-only enemies. Want to go this way? Yeah, I want to go this way. Taking everything I got, not to just turn encounters off. I don't think I've ever cast as much magic in any game as I have in this, just to like level in. Almost guaranteed this is gonna be enough to kill him. Fuck you. Hell yeah. How much gold do I have? 135,000. Alright. Wait, how do I show him the mask? fuck do I show him the mask? If I talk to him, he just says, get out of my way. How do I show him? Yeah, I have the black mask. How do I show it to him? Where in the holy hell? How do I show him the black mask? Oh, you fucker. Did I skip something? Yeah. We need to go all the way back to Castle Finn. The white mask is in Castle Finn. I don't know why. I didn't know that. There's a whole ass dungeon in Castle Finn that I just didn't do. But we are turning encounters off. Turning default speed to run. Getting the hell out of here. The fastest we can go. I kind of don't really. I guess we'll turn encounters on. It's more Gil. As a great man once said, Noah Antweiler, it's time at the bar. We're gonna turn encounters off. I kept encounters on all of Final Fantasy 1, but here it's like, I don't know. Like, I can feel myself aging. Sail around the lake. Boom. I can feel myself getting older. I can feel the specter of death following me. Alright, Castle Finn. Yep. Oh, this fucking mirror. Pass? So fucking lost. Am I going? How about you? You got anything for me? Over here. Over here? Doors? Secrets? Anything? I know there's like 18 chests hiding around here somewhere. He said talk to Paul. Where the fuck is Paul? How do I get over there? Oh, is this... Oh, you mother... Okay, so I'm guessing there's a hidden entrance over here, too. There's not. There is. Yeah, I must have gotten there. Is there another hidden entrance over here? Did I get there by accident before? Lord. There is a hidden area in the castle that we have to get. There's a secret area we have to get to. Bro, I'm unimaginably lost. I'm looking at a walkthrough right now. Thank you for the stretch prompt, though. How are you doing this evening? Watching me try to struggle through this part of the game. Ah. What are you doing this lovely Wednesday? Prompto, Max Photos. Sun finally went down. What a beautiful day. We don't have AC in this part of the country. We just roll up our windows and in my travels I've come to realize that What the? I'm so lost as where this guide is telling me to go. Pretty sad. What do you want? Reaching your way to the top of these steps. Cool. Fuck you, Final Fantasy 2. I think I need to talk to the wall. Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Turn encounters on now. I assume there's gonna be encounters down here. There better be a room full of like 1,000 chests. Oh, this looks dungeony. There we go. We have dungeons, ladies and gentlemen. We found it. Found it, Flare. Punch. Spam blink every battle because why not? The best offense is a good defense. Punch that fucking zombie chalker. And there's a chest over there. It's gonna take us forever to get to it. Temptation is strong. Very strong. You just turn off encounters and just roll with it. They were supposed to do this before the tropical island, apparently. Hey, Chalker, what's up? Bro, you're fucking overpowered, man. Your hands are level 10. Your hands have been leveling up this stream with all the punching you've done. I love how it says that too. Chalker's hands leveled up. My man's got level 10 hands, and they're rated E for everybody. Meanwhile, Rin over there casting white magic like he got nothing else to do. Trying to level up Flare. Flare's actually really strong, but it's only level 6. What a pathetic holy. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Yeah, the fact that you have to level up every magic basically makes magic suck. Hey, we got some clothes. Hey, veteran treasure hunter. Hey, we got a trophy, guys. That's 4 out of 5 silver trophies. How about that? Well, I'm sorry. Don't you want Kuringa? We have to cast white magic even when we probably don't want it. Bro, you want to see Holy do like single digit damage? It's probably gonna do like single digit damage. Bro, barely. Before I turn into a black mage. What's your preferred class in Final Fantasy? You go for the spellcasters, you go for the melee, you go for the tank, the healer. What do you go for? You go for Dancer? You go for Rune Knight or Rin Knight? You go for Gambler? What do you go for? I myself have always been partial to melee in like most RPGs. What Noctis is? What would you call Noctis? Lightning? So ever since Final Fantasy VII, the main characters of the mainline Final Fantasy games, they're usually kind of like all-rounders. They're kind of like red mages. I think there was some interview where someone referred to Cloud's... Oh, fuck you. Turn the counters off when I go back to get there. They referred to Cloud's class as a Mystic Knight or a Rune Knight, something like that. Cloud has some of the best stats in the game in Final Fantasy VII. Because Final Fantasy VII was, I want to say that was the first game where you had a big enough roster to kind of decide your party, but Cloud had to be in your party. And because he had to be in your party, they made him one of the strongest characters, so you didn't feel like you were losing out on a party slot. Since because Noctis can wield every weapon. Yeah. I call him like a red mage. So you kind of go for red mage. You kind of go for like a little bit of everything. Is that what you're saying? That's fucking awesome. Not gonna do any damage. Nope. I think by the second or third turn we might kill everybody. Them swap spells. God damn. Res the theme Persona 5. And Red Mages 2, like a jack of all trades. Red mages are very strong in Final Fantasy 1, I think. I think they're less strong in Final Fantasy 3, and by the time Final Fantasy 5 came around, they kind of had their signature ability. So Red Mage's signature ability in Final Fantasy 5 was double magic. They could cast any magic in the game twice. So yeah, their magic isn't as strong, but they can cast it twice. So they can cast like, and they were also really good at buffing and debuffing. So they could cast like haste and protect on the whole party in one turn. It's not as strong as haste and protect for like a white mage, but you can do it in one turn, which you know, it means a lot. It is blue, Persona 4 is yellow. These Persona 6 colors seem to be... Franco! Alright, Franco, we're having a conversation. What's your preferred class in RPGs? You like some melee, you like some caster, like a healer, you like a big melee, like what do you like? 25th anniversary background. I do like the color red. Here's some deep Cashmere Z lore for you. My favorite color is blue. What you up there, Franco? What you playing, man? I like Rogue. Ooh, Rogue. Ooh, fancy. Ooh, I like it. Sneaky, sneaky. Hide in the shadows. Strike when you least suspect it. Wow. Shiv you in the back and take all your money. I like it. I like it a lot. I really do mage magic. Occasionally I'll do something semi-tanky. So you prefer a very fast, evasive class, kind of move in the shadows. Not something that's like super strong, but something that can kind of like sneak around, like avoid traps and like. It's usually the first thing I level in Elder Scrolls games. Ooh. Vampire Persona is part of another big RPG series from Atlas Shin Megami Tensei. I played Oh, I don't want to kill you, but I will. Thanks for healing me. I'm gonna repay your kindness with violence. I am starting Persona 5 tomorrow. Here it is. I've had this game since like 2018 and just never played it. It's not Royal, it's just the original Persona 5. Why are you doing that, Franco? Franco, we'll have fun. Don't give me that face. Don't give me that face, Franco. We're gonna have fun. Fiancé 3 Nocturne and 4 and 5. I only ever beat Shin Megami Tensei. Rin, I'm gonna call it like I see it, man. I'm gonna call it like I see it. If I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. I'm gonna call it like I see it. I'm not going over to visit my grandmother, and she's making some horrible food for me. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing, Grandma. Can I have seconds? No, this ain't that. It's one of Yahtzee's favorite games? What? Really? Bro, I haven't listened to Zero Punctuation in like years. Rin, we're gonna watch a Zero Punctuation. Hey Franco, what's a really funny Zero Punctuation? What's a really funny one? There was one Friday night I didn't have anything to do, you know, shocker, right? And I think I watched like every single Zero Punctuation up to that point, from like 2008 to like 2015 or 16. We're gonna watch it, alright? I mean, he's made one every week forever. What's a good Zero Punctuation? Hey, let's watch the Zero Punctuation for Wet. Motherfucker's still making them. No, because there could be spoilers. There could be spoilers. No, but there could be spoilers. We don't want spoilers. How loud this is gonna be.
Cheese dogs.
When I hit 1,000 Twitch subs, I'm buying a first. What a fascinating. Alright. I remember Wet being funny because he said something like, this is the most unlikable human being that's ever been, like, this is like the most unlikable video game protagonist ever. Alright, Rin. So this is I think a good introduction to Yahtzee. I don't know. I haven't watched Zero Punctuation in years. This is probably like from 2012.
There's a school of gaming that thinks games need to be more cinematic. A school where they have to put padding on every solid surface and none of the students are allowed near anything sharper than a crayon. What's so great about cinema? Not only does it propagate a culture of dangerous extravagance and crass exploitation, but you can't buy snacks without a decent credit rating and you get muscled off your armrests by fat nose breathers with elbows the size of diving bells. But every now and again, someone tries to sell a game by claiming that it's cinematic, meaning that it's an interactive experience that apes a non-interactive medium. It's the equivalent of a film consisting entirely of text scrolls in order to be more like a book, or a man sticking his head in a pond in order to be more like a newt. Wet, the title refers to wet work, meaning assassinations, and nothing else, is the latest example of the spectacle fighter genre, a term I'm still determined to strong-arm into common parlance. Like House of the Dead Overkill, it imitates the grindhouse feel of, well, Grindhouse, right down to an omnipresent film grain filter and the occasional old-style drive-in movie ad, which pop up about twice as many times as it takes to stop being funny. The main character is Ruby, a tomboyish assassin who is about as likeable and sympathetic as a deep-sea anglerfish in an SS uniform. She's arrogant, rude, surly, psychotic, selfish, greedy, joyless, and really rather dim, and this may be a cheap shot, but she looks like a 15-year-old boy wearing a dirty moped and a corset. The only way she could appeal is if you your name is Russ Meyer and you built an entire filmmaking career around the same masochistic fantasy in which domineering women bite your knob off. Also, she seems to confuse swearing with wit. That's my thing. The gunplay is based around Ruby's ability to automatically shoot one enemy while manually aiming with her other gun, which is an effective gameplay mechanic, but it only works when she's leaping through the air or wall running or sliding along the ground like she's being carried along on an army of beetles, and at all other times she forgets she's holding more than one gun, so apparently she has an air-cooled brain. It's most reminiscent of Stranglehold. It has the same problem that game had. Yes, it's kind of thrilling when Inspector Tequila drives sideways in slow motion, shooting dual pistols while doves fly out of his arse, but when he does it 50 times in a row, you start to wonder if he hasn't got some kind of inner ear disabling dove-shitting medical disorder. So much of this game is spent watching Ruby's fat ass gliding along like the fucking Hindenburg in repetitive slow motion combat. If it played at regular speed, it'd be about half an hour long. At this point, the game designer's boss says, "Okay, that's the combat. What other gameplay mechanics will there be?" "Well," replies the game designer, whom I will name Pillock, "how about on some of the levels, everything goes all red and black and cel-shaded?" No, says Pillock's boss, nobody's fool but his own. "That's just the same gameplay mechanic in pretentious arty bullshit-o vision." "Oh right, I misunderstood you at first," replies Pillock. "There's also some Prince of Persia-style platforming sections, but you know how in Prince of Persia it was always clear where you were supposed to go and what was a ledge and what wasn't? Well, I think we should do the exact opposite of that and occasionally plunge important platforms in total darkness so you have to make leaps of faith like it's the Last Crusade." "That sounds good," says Pillock's boss. "Actually, no, that sounds awful. And why is your head bandaged?" "Also," continues Pillock, "every now and again during a cutscene, a button will flash up, and if you don't press it fast enough, you have to start the cutscene all over again because of global flobal wobbly bits. Those are called QuickTime events," says Pillock's boss with increasing concern, "and they're the worst idea in the world." "I know it's the best idea in the world," says Pillock, "so I'm just going to make a load of those instead of boss fights, and the final climactic level will just be an extra long sequence of them because trying to be creative makes blood come out of my nose." "I'd better go now," says Pillock's boss, making motions towards the exit and eventually a phone to call the police. "Wait," yells Pillock, banging his head against the desk for attention. "What about special challenge modes where you have to get around a training course in a certain time?" "That's actually not a bad idea," says his boss, stopping at the door. "I know," says Pillock. "That's why I'm going to occasionally force the player to complete one during story mode for no apparent reason except to appease the octopus that lives in my head." Then Pillock's boss goes away and throws himself in front of a train, although it was stopping at the station, so he pretty much just makes a fool of himself. Wet comes across as a project that set out with lots of ideas but ended up having to fling most of its weight out the rear door to pull out of a death dive. The climactic boss fight is a cutscene with 6 or 7 QuickTime events. These are the big baddies who have been set up all game as unstoppable badasses who kick so much ass they have to buy shoe polish that's specially formulated for buttock smell. It's the equivalent of, say, John McClane reaching the centre of the terrorist hideout to find they've all given up and gone home, so the last 10 minutes of the film depict him doing a bit of tidying up before his taxi arrives. Wet is an attempt at a cinematic game that has nothing to offer as cinema and even less as a game. Mind you, it is quite like a movie in one respect, and that's the fact that you spend most of it sitting on your ass doing nothing. The amount of loading is almost biblical, and it's particularly noticeable because they keep trying to hide it behind cutesy drive-in adverts or a shot of Ruby standing in an elevator for 5 minutes or expression of angry boredom neatly mirroring my own. But you'll also see a lot of good old-fashioned loading screens. In fact, at one point the game quietly crashed behind a loading screen and it never went away. Oh Jesus, I thought, it's finally happened. I've hit the loading screen singularity. An eternity of little spinning graphics and progress bars stuck permanently at 99%. Then I reset the console, quietly hoping that my save would be wiped and I'd have an excuse to pack this shit in. So that's basically Wet. It's wet in the sense that it feels like it needs its nappy changing.
They're all about 5 minutes long too. They're all about 5 minutes long. I wish I had more commentary I've never actually, I should have picked a game I've actually played before, because I don't really have any commentary to add to that. My man has played, oh, okay, let's stop. I saw a recommendation for Zero Punctuation for Resident Evil 5, and Resident Evil 5 was pretty funny because he was talking about accusations of racism. And it's like, I don't think it's done intentionally. No. And then he talks about the level where you literally attack like native people, and it's like talk about sidestepping the pothole to fall off the bridge. All right, where the fuck was I going? I don't remember where I was going. Did I go in here? Yeah, I went in there. There's nothing in there. But that's Yahtzee, Ren. He basically talks shit about every game. That's his shtick. At one point of one of his reviews, like, you don't come to me to find out how a game is good, so don't ask. Yeah, because he said Silent Hill 2 is not just... Fuck it, let's watch Silent Hill 2. He does like... And he does like a lot of games. But a lot of them, he just kind of like... He's not gonna say a game is just perfect, and like, that's it, you know? Like, where is it? Zero Punctuation, Silent Hill 2. He also likes Spec Ops. He likes Spec Ops a lot. Because Spec Ops reminded him of Silent Hill. So let's watch the Spec Ops one. Spec Ops Yeah, I really liked his Spec Ops one because you can tell it really affected him.
So here's Thought for the Day for you. Is a shooter game about the horrors of war an inherently hypocritical thing? Can a game's plot really take the stance that the hideous things man does to his fellow man is beyond hollow guilt-filled rationalization, when with its very next breath it goes bing and gives us the emotionally dead achievement? Does it inherently cheapen the message to coincide it with exciting shooty action? Could a video game reasonably make us feel guilty for things it told us to do? Can a video game use shooty gameplay to induce emotions other than visceral joy? Or will
1 month ago.
They say about me, oh, that Yahtzee, he's that guy who hates games. Christ, why does he even play games if he's just gonna hate on them all the time? He hasn't liked a single game besides Portal and Silent Hill 2, and Dark Souls, and Prince of Persia Sands of Time, and Psychonauts, but that's it. Just those and Thief 2, Bioshock, Painkiller, Infamous, Prototype, Batman Arkham Asylum, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 4, Amnesia The Dark Descent, Minecraft, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Deus Ex, Driver San Francisco, Spec Ops The Line, Saints Row 4, XCOM, Paper Mario.
Spec Ops, I told you. Spec Ops, it's in there. My man has reviewed hundreds of games, and he picked one of my favorites, Spec Ops. Fuck yeah, Spec Ops.
Papers, Please, Zelda Wind Waker, Titanfall 2, Wolfenstein The New Order, Earthbound, Shadow of Mordor, Alien Isolation, Grim Fandango, Bloodborne, Subnautica, Cave Story, Stardew Valley, Doom 2016, Metroid Prime, Persona 4, Persona 5, Resident Evil 4, Secret of Monkey Island, Resident Evil 7, Killer 7, Far Cry 3, Return of the Obra Dinn, Spiritfarer, BPM, Bullets Per Minute, It Takes Two, The Artful Escape, Neon White, Metal Hellsinger, Tunic, Hi-Fi Rush, and all the other ones. Oh, and he's probably artificially speeding his voice up as well. I do always find it slightly annoying when I see comments on my videos getting me completely wrong, always written with such astonishing confidence, and sometimes it's hard to resist chipping in to set them straight, but oh no, I've been on the internet long enough to know where that leads. You'll never convince anyone because most commenters don't actually care that much, and you just come across as a hypersensitive psycho. Plus, you respond to one, you gotta respond to them all. I don't know where Nick the editor gets the energy from, so I found that on the whole it's best to let my videos do the talking, and not worry too much about bending over backwards for the people who've decided they don't like me, when I could focus my energy on making content for the people I haven't alienated yet. But having said that, there are a couple of recurring arguments I see in my ZP comment sections, and I thought if I did a video broadly addressing those arguments, then in future we could just mutely point all those commenters here and just look like a rude psycho instead of a hypersensitive one. So let's go back to the above mentioned point. He just hates all games. This seems to be an indelible part of my image. I come down harshly on a game, they say, oh, he hates all games. I praise something, they say, oh, how surprising that he praised it considering that he hates all games. I can't win. And it makes me sad to think that people have this impression. I assume you must think me very sad. Playing, designing, and writing about something you hate for over 30 years would make anyone a terribly unhappy person. So for the record, I love video games, and I love my job. I got into them at an early age, they were my respite in an unhappy childhood, and as a creative, making games is the form of expression I find the most fulfilling, the most challenging. I know how the impression that I hate everything comes about. It comes from the more casual viewer, the ones who only buy new games a few times a year, and when they do, it's more likely to be something mainstream and AAA that's got the big marketing bucks, and if they had fun, a lot of them will come online to watch reviews and see what other people thought, and inevitably I'll be there, pissing all over it for being more hacked out AAA drivel, and they feel wounded and invalidated because they had fun since they haven't had to play 15 games like it this quarter alone. I guess the point is, I have high standards, but as any pushy parent will tell you, you don't have high standards for something that you hate. I've never identified with a fictional character more than the food critic from Ratatouille. I don't like video games. I love video games. If I'm not in heaven, I don't play past the tutorial. I have high standards because I love video games so much and I want them to live up to the image I have for them inside my own head. Another very common response I see in my comments is that the viewer couldn't tell if I recommended or didn't recommend a game. And frankly, I take that as a point of pride. To split all games along a binary of recommend versus don't recommend, divide dividing them into the ones I love and the ones I hate is something I feel iffy about, which is one of the reasons I've never given scores on my reviews. My feelings for most games tend to be complicated. Even the games I love have things I can pick on, and I try to find things to like in the games I hate. Silent Hill 2 has some really stupid inventory puzzles. The Callisto Protocol, well, at least it wasn't very long. Sorry, I feel like I can't summarize all of this in a 5-point star rating. There's a distinction between reviewing something as art and reviewing it for function. With art, you can only offer your own perspective, analyze the emotions that it brings out and the artist's intention. Reviewing for function is a lot easier. You mow the lawn, and then you give the lawnmower a score based on how short the grass is now, so the reader knows what's the best lawnmower to buy. And the sticking point of video games is that they have both an artistic and a functional aspect. So some people will come to me to engage with the artistry conversation, but some people are just looking for a linear thumb up or thumb down, to know if a game's requisite 20 hours of mindless gear grinding will do an adequate job of blocking out their existential dread. And those people I fear I'm going to have to disappoint. Then of course there's the people who are just here for the knob gags, but that's their business. Although that does bring me to the third, very common recurring statement I see in zero punctuation comments I want to address. He's not a real critic, he's a comedian. I've lost count of how often I've seen that one over the years. It's usually used to offer consolation to viewers who find themselves in bottom pain from my failure to affirm their feelings about something they're attached to. I note that this argument is never raised when I give a positive review. I've never seen anyone say, well, he said he liked my favorite game, but sadly, he's not a real critic, and thus I must look elsewhere for my validation. That aside, there's a lot to unpack here. Firstly, what's a real critic in your view? We know one thing, that it apparently precludes being funny. You'll have to break that to Roger Ebert's widow, because some of his more negative reviews were some hilarious shit.
Wait, we gotta read it. I had a colonoscopy once, and they let me watch it on TV. It was more entertaining than the Brown Bunny. Battlefield Earth is like taking a bus trip with someone who has needed a bath for a long time. It's not merely bad, it's unpleasant in a hostile way. That makes Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, an ideal movie for audiences with little taste and atrophied attention span. A glance at the screen occasionally and ascertain that something is still happening up. You fit that description, you have probably not read this far. What the heck? We believe in full-service reviews around here. Welcome.
Let me make something clear. I do like to take a facetious tone and exaggerate certain things for laughs, but I have never once lied about my opinion. I've never said I hated something I secretly really liked because I thought hating it would be funnier. It's true I have no formal qualifications that one might acquire to pursue a career in entertainment journalism, but I didn't realize I had to apply for a fucking permit from the government. Here's the wonderful thing about the internet, kids. It's really easy to be a critic. You just start criticizing stuff. Then if people come along and listen to you criticize stuff, hooray, you're a critic. That's the only qualification. Everyone's a critic isn't just a world-weary metaphorical truism in the age of social media. It's literal truth. Reminds me of all those people who keep asking me how one gets into making games or writing books. You make games and you write books, twat face. Why are you still talking to me? If it makes you feel better, I am by all metrics a professional critic, in that being a video game critic is my day job from which I earned the majority of my living. And that's been the case for over 15 years, so I've got plenty of on-the-job experience. The real question for me is, if I were a real critic, by your mysterious definition, how would that change anything? If you liked a game and a real critic didn't, would you throw up your hands and say, "Welp, can't argue with the expert," and surgically remove your...
What's up, Cook? We started talking about Yahtzee. Rand had never heard of Yahtzee. I forget what we were talking about. I forget how we got on this subject. What's up, man? Damn, it's after 10 o'clock. We found ourselves in another dungeon in Final Fantasy 2. Another dungeon that's a giant fucking maze, and I've once again turned off random encounters. Yeah, so Franco mentioned that Persona 5 was one of Yahtzee's favorite games. And Ren was like, who the hell is Yahtzee? And I'm like, we gotta watch it Zero Punctuation. And so we watched Wet. Because I think me and Franco had a conversation about it. It's a super obscure game that, like, no one probably remembers. That for whatever reason I remember was one of Yahtzee's reviews. Because he said... I didn't remember exactly what he said, but he said that the main character is about as appealing as a deep sea anglerfish in an SS uniform, which is fucking hilarious. But yeah, we watched that, and then Franco's like, "Yo, check out this link." He does like games, and that's what you saw us watching. I beat Wet kind of recently. Really? Bro, I've like never heard of anyone, like even like people on the internet, like, well, okay, you and Franco, but like it's very rare I hear anyone talk about a game like that. I want to play it. It's probably not easy to find because there's probably a lot of licensed music. I didn't think I would have a lot of fun playing through Splatterhouse, but Splatterhouse is one of my favorite games of last year. Your PS3 360 game, yeah. I wonder how much it is. It's probably like $60, $70. I mean, in I don't know why I cast Shell. In the wake of Resident Evil 4, like there was a lot of games, a lot of third-person shooters. Did that just do no damage to them? Am I going insane? I think it's like 30. Ah, that's not too bad then. Splatterhouse was like 60, but I didn't pay for it. It was a present. Man, magic sucks in this game. It's not that strong, it takes forever to level up. I just realized how little MP I have right now. What in the world? Yo, I hope these all lead to treasure rooms. Oh, fuck you.
Fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy.
My man can't even hit me. My man's a shit. Can't hit me. Can't hit the broadside of a barn. Yeah, it's a nice night. We got nothing but VIPs in the chat. Bad breath. Did that say bad breath? No, just Blaze. I swear I saw bad breath. Come on. You're gonna make me go in every single one of these rooms? But it's kind of like Splatterhouse, very unknown and under. Sourdough! Fuck it. Attack, attack, attack. I've literally never heard about it. Like, through Yahtzee, I found out about a lot of things. A lot of these, like, because Yahtzee basically plays every game that comes out. And he kind of, my opinion back in the day was like, so for a long time, and if you've been playing games for a while, you know what I'm talking about. And it's kind of still like that for some people. Back in the day, gaming began and ended with Call of Duty. Like, that's all that mattered. Like, if you said you play games at all, they're like, oh, you play Call of Duty? Like, that's, like, it was synonymous with, like, gaming. And there were so many games that had, like, that Call of Duty, coat of paint put on them, you know? We got the white mask, we got the white and the black mask, fuck yeah. So, when I started watching Yahtzee, do we have all the chests? Missing 3. When I started watching Yahtzee, that was like kind of in the middle of like the modern military shooter Dark Age. And so every other game he was like, oh, you're another fucking space marine, or you're another fucking contractor, or a mercenary, or you're another soldier, and you're gonna kill an untold amount of foreigners who don't speak English. How original, you know? And that was like my first encounter with him. I'm like, this guy's a fucking savage, you know? And that's what a lot of the games were like back then. When I started watching him, probably like 2011, 2012 is when I discovered him. But he's been doing stuff since like 2008. But yeah, for a long time, it was like every game was like that. I don't remember which doors I went in and which ones. If you like empty rooms. He is still around. Thank you for the hydrate, Sourdough. He is still around. He reviewed the new Jedi game. I haven't watched him in years. I remember when he used to do his like best of, like his year-end wrap-up reviews. He's like absolute worst game I played, or like best game I played, or like quickest game I played, or something like that. They're usually a bit funnier than that, you know. Oh, whoa, hang on, we gotta watch. God damn it! I knew this would happen. We gotta watch Ride to Hell Retribution. Ride to Hell Retribution was like this famously broken game, and every reviewer and their mother were just like giving it top 5, bottom 5, blank 5. Oh, that's what it was.
Por eso nos reinventamos con más valor, más cobertura, más confianza. En USPS.
Anyone watch a 30-minute video about New Coke?
El United States Postal Service. Entrega para todos.
Fans of The Last of Us, I feel a wedge has been driven between you and I. I know you were afraid that The Last of Us was some kind of beached whale that would die if not continually moistened by everybody's tongues, but it's not easy for me either, having a contentious opinion. When The Last of Us started losing me, I wasn't rubbing my fingerless gloved hands in glee. I was thinking, ugh, I am going to get some real fucking stimulating email over this, aren't I? I feel some kind of bonding exercise would help clear the air, and what would be better than a hunting expedition? So please, load up your shotguns, join me around this barrel, and let's take it out on some motherfucking fish. This is how I unwind after stressful times. I review a game that absolutely no one expected to be good, and which entirely meets those expectations, namely Ride to Hell Retribution 1%. If you're wondering, the 1% is an outlaw biker gang thing, referring to a statement once made that 99% of motorbike riders are law-abiding citizens. It does not mean that the bikers have all gotten rich from trading stock in the knife-fighting industry. Yes, it's a biker-themed action-adventure melee-shooty ridey-bikey affair, sort of like Full Throttle if it had absolutely zero self-awareness, and if all the horrible action minigames had grown and taken over everything else like an inoperable cancer. After returning from Vietnam, responsible mullet owner Jake Conway finds his brother and uncle being terrorized by an evil biker gang with more influence and manpower than the fucking postal service. His brother winds up dead, and Jake must emasculate his way through the ranks of the evil gang, racing and shooting and pipe-wrenching and shagging all their birds in what a 13-year-old boy who spent the last 72 hours locked in a storage space with a bunch of 80s action movies and an entire pallet of Cocoa Pops would consider the apex of masculinity. To the end of uncovering the sinister truth behind Jake's missing father and why the evil gang is trying to kill all his kids, which I'm just gonna spoil because fuck you. In a climactic showdown, the evil gang leader grandly reveals that it was because he didn't like Jake's dad much. That's the mystery. Yes, he knew that much when he sent 11,000 murderers dressed like Guns N' Roses backup drummers. I do not know how the hell Ride to Heck got cleared for release unless the entire QA team simultaneously resigned to start a shotgun tasting business. It's bad. It's explosively apocalyptically bad, and you should totally buy it. I'm serious, you have to see this shit. Where to start? Every single scene starts before the textures have properly loaded in, so all the characters look like severe burn victims for about 10 seconds before all their features grow in like they're fucking Wolverine. The soundtrack consists of about 4 generic what I believe is termed cock rock tracks that sound like the guitarist has trained a little mouse to walk up and down his fretboard while he disinterestedly strums, and these are used for the sole purpose of adding excitement to combat scenes where there generally is none. Most cutscenes have no music, and without ambience, an already awkward, poorly acted dramatic dialogue becomes the nativity play at the children's head injury ward. Every character having these big flapping mouths like upside down pedal bins also doesn't help, but the bell on the test your awkwardness machine rings the loudest during the open quotes sex scenes. It's like watching fish people attempting to disentangle their navel rings, all fully clothed, but I know penetrative intercourse is supposed to be taking place because Jake is thrusting and looks like he's about to start crying. It's one of those games that tries to keep a lot of balls in the air, but forgot that it was standing under a ceiling fan. So we have melee combat in which it is possible for the first blow of your combo to push the target out of the range of the rest of your combo, and shooting in which every gun has all the weight and impact of using a drinking straw to propel mouthfuls of sailor jizz, and attempting to aim while standing within earshot of a solid object will cause you to attempt to vibrate through it like the fucking Flash. Throughout the seemingly interminable sequences of copy-pasted combat arenas, the enemies alternate between gun and melee focus, but
fortunately you, the player, are not bound by the same obligation, and so combat for me turned into jizzing away at distant enemies who have heard of taking cover but haven't fully internalized the concept, and then taking a break from that by getting easy headshots on several unarmed bumblefucks jogging towards me in convenient single file. Then I moved through an enormous empty room full of unused environmental kills. Oh, was I supposed to be fighting them in here? How rude of me. But much as I'd love seeing your delightfully overlong pre-animated takedowns another 12 or 13 fucking times, I got shit to do. And of course there are bike riding sequences as programmed by Roadkill. You can't turn around or go backwards because we'd hate to have anything kill the pacing of this roller coaster of an experience, so every time you hit something you're absorbed into some cosmic nether plane and then spat back out a little way up the road. Physics, however, are a tricksy mistress, and it also tends to happen when you sideswipe obstacles or drive over pebbles or cough too loudly, and combining it with anemic arbitrary time limits is where Adorably Bad starts to test my patience. I have a spurious unresearched feeling that the game might once have intended to be sandbox, but something fucked up, or perhaps more to the point, everything fucked up, and they just had to stitch together whatever they had, because in the Hubtown area where you buy upgrades, the whole town has clearly been modelled, but the moment you try to walk outside the square 50 yards where the shop is, the game goes and shoves you right back. And there's one mission where Jake passes through this enormous casino, fully decked out with the unique assets that someone probably put a lot of work into. Then at the end, the character says, "No, wrong place," and you just walk all the way out again. And once or twice, apropos of nothing, Jake runs into women being harassed by burly men claiming they're entitled to sex, so Jake beats them up, whereupon he is entitled to sex. A rich, blank-eyed Thunderbirds are go hump with a random trollop before being dropped right back into the mission as if nothing happened. It feels like a side quest, a collect all the venereal diseases for 100% kind of thing, such as might be found in a sandbox game developed by absolute psychopaths who got all their ideas of human social interaction from watching Confessions of a Window Cleaner on Fast Forward. It's hard to think of even one thing Right to Hell doesn't fuck up. Maybe the weirdly extensive motorbike customization, but it's a lot of wasted effort for something that is almost always obscured by the protagonist's fat ass. Right to Hell is the kind of bad that leaves me with a smile on my face. It's a little retarded child with its head stuck in a cereal box and a massive great dump in its big boy pants going, "I'm a real game now." Of course you are, Right to Hell, and that's why I think everyone should buy it. Just to fuck with some heads. This could be our Plan 9 from outer space. We should have mass screenings of it, get everyone to dress up, put upside down pedal bins on their heads and then beat their wives.
Yeah, so he's been doing this for like what? Multiple decades now. He makes one of these like every week. So there's like, oh god. I bet if you go into the Escapist, there's like a playlist that shows how many there are. There's got to be a playlist of every single punctuation. How long would it take to sit down and watch every? So many fucking playlists on the. God damn. I want to watch a Let's Zero Punctuation Complete Series. 808 videos. Okay, so 808 videos. Each one are about 5 minutes long. Let's see. 808 times 5. 4,040 minutes divided by 60. 67 hours. It would take you 3 days straight to watch all of Zero Punctuation. Should we do it? Maybe we should do it. I should turn the game on. I need to get. I think we're missing. Oh yeah, I can't go any further in the cave. Oh, how do I make that map smaller? I don't know how to get to these fucking chests in here. What's up? Rin, you old devil, how you been? You know about secret doors in Fastlefin? I'm your man. Oh wait, no, we already found the secret door. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save. So the next thing we're supposed to do is we're supposed to go back to Mysidia, offer the white and black mask to the statue. They give us some kind of crystal rod. We use that crystal rod to break the seal on the Tower of Mysidia. Go through the Tower of Mysidia, probably take for fucking ever. We get the Ultima Tome. Once we have the Ultima Tome, the entire world's gonna change. And we're in the end game. Maybe 2 or 3 dungeons left after that. Oh. Thank you for the stretch. I need to install like a pull-up bar so I can just hang from it and like stretch my back out. I get to bed. I worked 3 hours, but I started late. Tomorrow's the big one, guys. Tomorrow is Persona 5. A group of high school students are out to reform Tokyo society. Troubled by the deception and hypocrisy all around them, these phantom thieves will steal into the hearts of people and confront the problem from the inside out. My friend, thank you for the stream. Thank you. Thank you for hanging. Listening only. Oh, okay. Listening only? Oh, that was a thing. Let's see who's on, shall we? Let's raid Grave. If not, raid Grave and anyone. For Final Fantasy 2 stream, see you in Persona. I will see you. Rin's got it marked on its calendar. Az is gonna start Persona 5. Not Persona 5. Persona. Okay. We're gonna raid Grave. Alright then. It's been real, guys. See you guys tomorrow. I almost said Final Fantasy 5 with Persona 5. It's like the year of RPGs, I swear. Peace. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Franco. That? They say that. At everybody. A lot of fun. Fighting Buckbeak. Sorry, we're gonna raid Grave. I haven't spoken to Grave. I hate it. So like, bro, I think he just beat Final Fantasy. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.